Hello, we are back here together to select my June TBR. I am so excited for today's video because I love choosing my TBR. It's become my favorite video to film because I just love to dig through my TBR to find these books to fit the prompts. It's just so fun. I also am super excited because summer reading is just the best. I think I said that spring reading is peak reading, which I do still stand by that in a sense because I feel like spring is the time I'm most motivated to read. I'm like most excited to read. Last year and this year, I feel like I'm thinking about it constantly, like what am I reading now? What am I reading next? What do I want to put on my TBR? But summer is like the time I have to read. I have more time than ever to read. I feel like the vibes are always up in summer when you're reading. There's so many good summer books out there. So I'm just very excited to pick today's TBR. So on my TBR wheel, I have prompts on the wheel. We spin for a prompt, then pick a book. I do it this way just so I can have a little more say in what gets picked. Because I'm a mood reader and that allows me to channel a mood a little bit easier or an interest rather than I'm picking all of these books, putting them on the TBR and then spinning. I just feel like the double pick is more fun for me. I'm gonna be picking 5 books this month. I picked 5 in May and I think I'm gonna be cutting it a wee bit close to get them all in because it's been so busy in my personal life, and I also have a book club that I'm in and I read for that, so it's just a little bit busy. And then in June, I am traveling a little bit in June, so I'm trying to be considerate, and I feel like any books I read over 5 plus my book club book is a win. So we're gonna go with 5 today. Now, what I want to get picked today, anything that's good really, because May has not been the best reading month for me. Let me just say that. The last like 4, maybe 5 books I've read have been less than 3.5 stars. It's just not been a good reading time for me. I am very much in a romance mood, which is not surprising to me. That's, I feel like, what I gravitate toward the most. So I'm open to that because I feel like I have a ton of physical romances to read. And I'm also open to nonfiction. I haven't read a nonfiction book yet, but I'm really into like niche interest nonfiction books. I added a ton to my TBR, so I would not be mad if I got a prompt that allowed me to pick one of those. But like, seriously, a good iconic romance to change my life is exactly what I need, because the romances and books that I've been reading have not been doing it. All right, spin number 1. A book with people on the cover. This will be an easy selection. I'm gonna dig through these books behind me and I'll let you know what I pick. Okay, as you may be able to tell, I've selected a few. So here are the options that I pulled from my shelf because there's lots that fit this prompt. I have Here We Go Again by Alison Cochrane. This is like a road trip romance vibe. Love the cover, love travel. I also think it's a sapphic romance, which, yes, high contender. I also have Swift and Saddled, which is the next book in the Rebel Blue Ranch series. I read the first one, really enjoyed it. I think this would be light, fun vibes for summer. Of course, Funny Story. Haven't read this yet, need to read it, so that's a contender. Also, Part of Your World I need to read. I don't really want to read this because, I don't know, it's just something has been holding me back from it. I just feel like people are either loving it or hating it, and it's one I keep putting off. And then lastly is When in Rome by Sarah Adams. I've been wanting to read this book forever. I think it's literally the first physical book I ever purchased when I like became a more serious reader. So I would just love to finally get to start the series because I really want to read the other 2. And I'm a stickler, same for this one, I really want to read the other 2, but I'm a stickler for reading in order. But I feel like I have to go with Funny Story, right? I have to. The fact that I've stayed away from it for a year is kind of insane. All right, I think that decides it. The first pick for June, off to an amazing start, is Funny Story by Emily Henry. This is a romance, of course, queen of romances. I added this to my TBR because, hello, it's Emily Henry. I love her. Pretty much everyone I follow online loved this book, so I'm very excited to finally read it. Very excited. Also, I love the spine with the lemons. All right, off to a very strong start. Spin number 2. I don't know what's wrong with the sound, guys. I'm so sorry. The next prompt is mostly blue cover. I'm laughing because I feel like if I would have chosen one of the other books, this prompt would have let me pick this book. This is mostly blue. But let me look around and see if there's anything else I want. A few options for pick number 2. We have, of course, Part of Your World Again by Abby Jimenez. I said before, I've been putting this book off. Maybe this is a sign that I need to pick it up. Eleanor Oliphant is completely fine. I've heard nothing but absolutely spectacular things about this book. I feel like it's very different tonally from what I normally keep on my shelves, but everyone I know that has read this has loved it. I also recently just got Love and Gelato, which I don't think is a romance, but maybe it is Love and Gelato. I think it's like a woman finding herself, but I love Italy, I love love, I love gelato, so can't go wrong there. Then lastly, I have The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. I got this book secondhand, but it was a book of the month many moons ago. I feel like I need to read it. I feel like in my brain, for some reason, I want to read her first book before reading her others. So that's like a good reason to read this, so I can like get to the other books. Honestly, I think I'm mostly between these two, but I think I'm gonna go with Part of Your World, and that's because I want to read Just for the Summer, this upcoming summer, so badly. So I think I'm going to force myself to read this in June, so hopefully I can read the other two in the subsequent months. All right, spin number 3. I'm feeling like I want something maybe a little more serious. I just want to be pushed in a different direction by TBR, I think. I say that now. I feel like we need to shake it up a little bit. A book that was gifted to me. Okay, interesting. Give me a moment. All right, next few options. I only have 3 for this one, and all of them are extremely different vibes. So first we have All My Mothers by Joanna Glenn. I saw this book in like a TikTok or Instagram recommendation video, and it sounded absolutely amazing. I feel like the girl who read it was like, this is one of the best books I've ever read. But honestly, I feel like it's very not well known. I don't think that has that many reviews on Goodreads. This is very much like a self-discovery, finding answers about your childhood book. But the cover, like, I don't know if you've seen this tattoo, but I literally have lemons. Not that this is not exactly my tattoo, but the similarities are crazy. And then even like the tile, strong contender, but it is 500 pages, which is a bit intimidating. This one's a little silly. This is a National Park mystery series, Mystery in Rocky Mountain National Park book. It's actually a children's book, but it was gifted to me from my classroom, but I really wanted to read it before I put it in my classroom so I could know if it's appropriate for the age group I have now. Could I use it as a read aloud? That kind of thing. So that's a little bit of a silly one, but it was gifted to me. And then this one's kind of a cheat. This is a book of the month, but my book of the month subscription was gifted to me, and I picked this book in March, April. I haven't read it yet. Passion Project by London Sperry. Looks great, sounds great, but it's a romance and we already have 2 of those. So I feel like I need to read one of these. I feel like we're gonna go with All My Mothers because it's gorgeous, and I did want something tonally different, which I think this exactly fits that bill. So we're gonna go with All My Mothers. All right, I'm having so much fun. Spin number 4. Published in the last year. I don't know that I have that many new books. Give me a moment. I just realized I don't even need to look for this one. I'm picking Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. That comes out in June and it'll be a new release, and I will not hesitate to purchase it. I love her books 1. 2, I love space, so I'm gonna be glad to read Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. All right, last spin, spin number 5. One word title. I'm not very excited about this one. Okay, the only book I have for this prompt is Flawless by Elsie Silver. That's not true. It's not the only book I have, but it's the only one I would want to read in June. I also have Less and Beartown, but I feel like Beartown is very much like winter vibes, and Less, I could go get that one and see what that's about. Okay, I thought this was like regular fiction, but it's kind of fiction romance, so I'm gonna look on my phone and see if there's any one-word titles that I've really been wanting to read before I pick either of these 2. Educated by Tara Westover is something that I've been wanting to read, but I feel like I want a lighter vibe for summer, especially as I'm just getting into summer. Okay, this is not the direction I saw myself going, but I'm selecting Wayward by Amelia Hart. I've heard nothing but good things about this book. My aunt has a physical copy, so I am going to borrow hers. One of the girls I follow on here, her like top comment of her review is, "This book is all about what it means to be a woman. Strength, resilience, life, death, connection, nature, embracing ourselves." Love that vibe. That's 5, isn't it? What if I picked one more? And what if I picked one more? Should I? I don't know. Let's just spin and see what it says, and we can decide from there if I want to pick another one. Possibly spin 6. Okay, actually, yes. I am picking a 6th book because I just spun for a middle grade novel, and I've been wanting to read this. So, good reason to get it done. Or should I read The Babysitter's Club? I also picked up The Babysitter's Club for my classroom because I want to read it. And then this girl I watch on YouTube, her name's Charlie Ann. She reads a lot of middle grade novels, like all the time, and she just seems like so joyful. So this could be fun. I think I'm gonna pick this book for now, just so I can get more in touch with my like nature-y side. And then this would be an easy, like probably one day read if I want to throw it in there. Alright, so let's review the June TBR. Starting from the top, probably my most excited, maybe second most excited, is Funny Story by Emily Henry, a romance. Next we have Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez, also a romance. All My Mothers by Joanna Glenn, fiction. Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid, I think is my most anticipated this month, honestly. I've not read a TBR book in a while, and that subject matter is just so exciting to me. Mystery of Rocky Mountain National Park by Erin Johnson. I am so excited for June. This is a lovely, lovely stack for June, and who's to say I won't get to read even more with my free time? That's what I'm hoping for. I know I have Iron Flame coming up at the library, so we'll see about that as well. But for now, this is what I've selected, and I'm very happy with it. Comment below, what do you think I should start with in June? I'm thinking something easy to roll into June. Maybe the middle grade novel, maybe Emily Henry. Can't go wrong there. But otherwise, that's all I have for you today, and I will see you next time.